Oh, howdy all, grab yourselves a beer. It is time for some Path of Exile discussion. Today, we got some information on the Heist League Challenge Rewards. So, for 12 challenges completed, you'll receive not one, not two, but a set of 3 helmet skins. These will be things that you can put over whatever helmet you're wearing on your character. You can replace its visual appearance with one of these 3. I like the idea of having 3 semi-related ones. And that makes this one of the more interesting challenge rewards in my opinion. But it's the 24 challenge reward that has really caught my attention, and that is the Monocle Cat. So 24 challenges usually takes you to get to at least level 90 and run a number of hard modes of bosses, a number of things you wouldn't otherwise do. But it's generally achievable if you're even remotely close to addicted to Path of Exile. And you'll be rewarded with this cute little companion. I would love to be able to get 2 of these. That's something that I've thought for a long time about the various challenge rewards, that when there's a pet you would want to have 2 of them so that you can have one on each side of your character, because when they follow you around you basically have a left pet slot and a right pet slot. For 36 challenges, it's a portal which, whilst to me it comes second fiddle to the cat, a lot of other people really like it. The second piece of news today was the soundtrack, which I'll put a link to. There is a League soundtrack that's been revealed, and I'll put a link to that in the video description. Third and final, it's a pretty quiet day overall, is a new divination card that's got a pretty touching story behind it. So the out-of-game story for this card is that 2 real-life brothers have bonded over Path of Exile in their early adulthood, and tragically one of them passed away aged 30, and the surviving brother ended up inheriting some money through their brother's life insurance, and was just thinking that, you know, all they'd be happy to trade that life insurance money back in order to have their brother back. And that was the idea behind this divination card. Apparently the brother that's not with us anymore, he was one of those people that was a bit of a loot hoarder, and so 5 Exalted Orbs was what the commissioner of the divination card chose to make it for. You'll note that it's a single card. This means that essentially having this drop is mechanically almost equivalent to having a single drop of 5 Exalts. That makes me think this is going to be quite rare. In terms of speculating on where it might drop, I think that the closest thematic fit that I can think of in the game's lore would be Innocence and Sin. And so I would speculate that this might drop from Innocence, who's the only one of those 2 that you ever fight in the game. You fight him in Act 5, and then you fight him again as the map boss of the Basilica map. The Basilica map boss is a pretty unpopular map boss to actually kill at the moment, because he has, I think it's 3 total intermission phases, and each of them is 24 seconds and can't really be sped up. I do think it reduces from 24 seconds. It's 24 seconds in the axe. I do think that higher monster action speed reduces that at endgame, but it's still really long, and so a lot of people skip that boss entirely. If there's a powerful divination card attached to him, even if the drop rate's only 1 in a few hundred, just the prospect of getting it will incentivize a lot of people to run that. So I'm going to speculate that that's where it drops, but I'm not sure about that. Anyways, if you're interested in reading the Commissioner of the Divination card's comments on it, you can read those on Reddit, and I'll put a link to it below. In terms of what's coming next, so the big news pieces are the next 2 days. Tomorrow's news piece will be the Balance Manifesto. Essentially, this is an outline as to what's considered too strong, what's considered too weak, and it's a bit of a warning as to what's likely to get nerfed in the patch notes, which will be the next day. Then 2 days from today, Wednesday my time, Thursday, potentially Tuesday your time if you're in the United States, then that's when we're going to get the other big piece of news, which will be the patch notes. That's the most significant piece of news of all, and it's the point at which you can start safely making builds afterwards. Not so much around the new skills, but around existing ones. So that's in the next 2 days. But that's all we've got for the moment. If you've got any comments or questions, fire away below. Otherwise, I'll leave it there, and I'll post a link to the intermediate and advanced player currency generation at League Start Guide that I've just re-updated in the last few hours.